Welcome to Forex Daybreak, a daily podcast where we cover 8 Forex pairs and give you our view on the market direction for these pairs. If you are trading Forex market, this is the #1 show to start your trading day. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Forex Daybreak episode 16. In this daily Forex update, I will give you my view on 8 Forex pairs I analyze using Elliott wave principle. My name is Ville Vainio and today is 28th of August 2015. Show notes for this episode can be found at ForexDayBreak.com/16. This podcast is recorded also as video and is available at ForexDayBreak.com. Now let's get started. And let's dive right into first pair, which is EURUSD, like always. And yesterday we got more downside pressure on EURUSD. The important level I talked about yesterday, 112.13, has been breached, but we haven't still closed below that level. We are now 112.445. So still slightly unsure if this is going to go more down. I'm expecting it to do, since there is a spike below that previous minor wave A low. And if this would be a fourth wave decline, this would be quite a long fourth wave. I'm expecting this to continue to the downside and finish up this, what I have labeled as wave 3. Key levels on EURUSD are that the before mentioned 112.13 is the next support, immediate support, and very important level for this wave count and the view I have about EURUSD. And resistance on the upside 112.9, which was that previous support level yesterday. So let's see how this goes today. I'm expecting more downside, and when we breach the level of 112.13, this gives stronger signal on the downside. And after that we can start thinking about a good entry point for a short trade. Maybe we will wait until we have a 5-way structure to the downside and then wait for the pullback and enter when the correction is over. But let's see first how this develops, if we are going to get a confirmation of this count and get a decline below that 112.13 level. Next is US dollar Japanese yen, and I altered my wave count in this pair since this is a 3-wave structure. The latest powerful decline is still a 3-wave structure. We have had now more upside. Price now is 121.08. So now the revised count is proposing that the strong decline was a minor wave 4, and we should get one more larger wave to the upside. So this has been changed. Key levels on dollar yen are that next resistance 121.91 is on the upside, and on the downside support level 120.4. These are the levels to watch in dollar yen. Now I wouldn't trade this at this point, since yesterday I was looking for this to make at least one more wave down. Now I have labeled this latest 3-wave decline as ABC and the last part of minor wave 4. So I am expecting more upside on this. Also I am expecting dollar strength on other pairs, so there would then be correlation on other dollar pairs, and this would then start moving higher to finish this last wave. Okay, next let's move on to pound dollar, and the decline here has continued. Very strong move to downside. I revised the count earlier this week. Now I'm proposing more downside, and this latest decline being the start of wave 3, minus wave 3. Key levels on pound dollar are 154.2 is the next immediate upside key level. We are now at 154.24. Downside support is 153.3, and this is minus wave 1 low. When we get a clearer picture of the wave divisions, then we can start thinking about a trade on the short side in this pair. Next is euro pound, and euro pound is still more or less on the same situation than yesterday. This sideways correction has continued and is tightening. Perhaps we will get the final wave upside my wave count is proposing, and then we have a conclusion on this large correction also in this pair. This is the last smaller wave on the upside to finish up this correction. Key levels on euro pound 0.7256 on the downside is support, and 0.7379 is the resistance. Same levels than yesterday, since euro pound has not moved much on either direction. I wouldn't place any trades on this pair at this point, since I'm looking for a small push upwards, maybe 100 to 150 pip move to the upside, and then a larger reversal. So there's going to be a good opportunity to trade this next large wave down. Next is euro yen. Downside pressure has continued, but nothing powerful, nothing major has happened here since yesterday. Key levels are 136.42 is the resistance on the upside, 135 psychological level on the downside will act as support. Quite overlapping is this recent downwards move, and hard to say if this is indeed the start of next larger wave down, or should we get more complex wave B out of this. I am proposing euro weakness on many pairs, so this would support the view that this is going to go more to the downside, but this start is not very impressive since there is overlap and now a sideways range has been formed. In the price we are now 136.13. So no trades at this point in euro yen. Next is pound yen, and we might still be forming the wave 2 correction here. The first promising decline from the peak of wave 2 is in 3 waves. We are now at price 186.67, and hard to say what is the direction. On pound yen, key levels are small upside resistance around 187.34. On the downside 185. The minor wave 1 low is the next support. My wave count is proposing more downside, but we might get still a slight upwards move if we are still in wave 2 correction. So I wouldn't trade this right now because hard to say what is going to be the immediate direction. The larger trend, in my opinion, is down. So when there's a nice opportunity, a clear wave divisions on the downside supporting the downside view, then I would enter a short in this, but not necessarily at this point or today. Since today is Friday, I wouldn't necessarily enter anything during the weekend. Okay, let's move on to Euro Canadian. Euro Canadian has declined. We are now at 148.14. Both sides are quite open. The closest resistance and support levels are very old levels. They date back to 1 year approximately at June of 2014, and maybe even further than that are the key levels, which are 150 on the upside and 147.3 on the downside. So perhaps those levels are not that strong, and like we have had before, the decline looks like it's going to continue as strong. If this wave count proves correct, there's going to be a large downturn, a large move down, which will occupy this pair for the next months and months. So there's going to be good trading opportunities. I wouldn't necessarily enter any trades yet, since this is still a 3-wave structure and can be only a correction, which would mean that the larger view will be then revised and then there's more uncertainty. So let's wait until there is a 5-wave structure to the downside and then start thinking about entry points to the downside. Finally, we have US dollar Canadian. The decline here has continued also. We are now at 131.72. I have labeled the latest peak as minute wave B on 4th wave correction. We should get the last C wave decline towards the previous 4th wave level, which the low is at 129.61. And if you want to enter a short here, there, like I talked about yesterday, there's a good trade possibly here to the downside. Now it seems more evident that this is going to go even lower and towards those levels, but it is quite a risky trade since this is corrective wave. It is a C wave, but still a part of a correction, so it can be quite choppy and overlapping. So perhaps it is best to wait out and then trade the next move higher. Key levels on US dollar Canadian are that 131 is the next downside support level. This is the previous 3rd wave peak, minute wave 3 peak, smaller 3 wave peak, and 133.5 is the resistance, and this is the recent high. So those are the levels to watch for in US dollar Canadian. Okay, that's all for today's episode. And visit the show notes at ForexDayBreak.com/16. Now go make some profits. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.
Thanks for your interest in Forex Daybreak Daily Podcast. If you like this show, we hope you'll visit our website, www.forexdaybreak.com, and tell your friends about us. Be sure to check the show notes on our website for this episode. Join us next time for another episode of Forex Daybreak.